And then as relates to you guys amending the warrant list to pay the trustees for their hotels. I've stated several times that I'm not paying for anyone to sleep overnight when it's something close by, which was downtown. I drove downtown to the IML. We will always pay for anybody to get educated, but we will not pay for you to sleep overnight when it's local. Now, if you're out of state or something like that, that is so different. And then with that being said, as it relates to your bills that you guys turned in, trustees, and I'll start with trustee Belcher. You turned in a bill for $770.87. You then went a little further and upgraded your hotel room, and you went and ate at Kitty's, and the bill was $54.73. So we're not going to pay for that.
Excuse me, before you start lying again, my email stated that
point of order, trustee. Point of order, trustee.
I can't deal
Would you
with her
please
today.
learn Robert rules? Thank you. Appreciate it. Next, we have Allison Keys. Allison, you spent $650 for your hotel room. You don't have any upgrades on your hotel room, but that's how much you spent, $650.40. Next, we have Brittany Norwood. Brittany, you self-park in the garage. You charge $25. And do you have upgrades? You don't have any upgrades in the room. You spent $700.40. Now, when you guys went to the IML, the same stance I still have to this day. We all, well, you guys, because I'm no longer trustee. All trustees get an expense account. At the time of this booking, you guys made $5,000 in your expense account. There's no way that you should not been able to afford a $200 a night hotel room, especially when it was downtown. I still believe that all trustees should basically pay for their hotel room that's located downtown, and that it should not be paid with taxpayer dollars. Right. Those are my statements.
Can I be recognized?
Sure, go ahead. Go ahead, trustee Steves.
It can come out the $300 can come out the miscellaneous budget that you spend with all the events that you've been putting on. It can come out that one of them budgets. You know, every event that you don't put on in the village, it is a village event, and it was village residents there. It's tea with the trustees, with the residents. It's not something we put on for our own. We ain't a party that we doing for ourselves. Ain't a karaoke night. This is something that we put on for the residents. Since they don't have a voice at the board meeting, so we give them a voice at the tea with the trustees. This is a village event, and can take it out the miscellaneous budget that you pay for every event that you've been doing since you've been elected. See, and since you're over your budget, your affairs budget or your events budget. Take it out the money that you've been spending money to do all these events that you're doing. That's when you take the money from.
Can I be recognized?
Go ahead, trustee.
Okay, so first, for clarity and proper communication, when I did send my invoice, inside of the body, it stated that I only requested the money back for my rooms. If I upgrade anything or buy whatever, it came off of my personal credit card. I don't have a problem with that. Also, if we want to talk about credit cards, we seen a Fifth Third that had a hotel stay for $337 at that same hotel for September 26th. So whose bill was that? That because it wasn't, if you're saying that you didn't pay for any of ours, who charged the hotel room for September 26th for $337 on the credit card? Also, you're talking about we're having events and we should spend our money. Every event that you've been putting out has your own name on it. It does not have a board of trustees. And you get an expense check just like we get expense check. You're using, since you've already overseeded special events, line item 0112598 that has $140,000 of other miscellaneous funds, since you've already exceeded it. So when you start asking us where's the money coming from, it will come out of that same line item 0121598 that you've been spending stuff. So when you tell us that we should be using our expense check, why haven't you used your $3,000 expense check?
Okay. Are you done, trustee?
No, I'm not done. Then there was a charge.
It relates to you saying you swipe your card wherever you go, then you swipe your card for your hotel room. And that way you don't have to worry about us reimbursing anything, because you said once as a trustee, well, you weren't a trustee. Let me rephrase. You weren't a trustee. You was a resident, that you guys as trustees should not even get paid. So if I was you, you should give all the money back, the $25,000 that y'all make per year, back to the village, since you solely believe that y'all should not get any money for doing the job that you do, which is nothing, right? Yeah, I know. So as it relates to, see, when you had the floor, did I say anything? No, I didn't. So I advise you to be the same way. Thank you. So as it relates to
One other last thing, can we be adults on this call this evening? We go back and forth with all the name calling and backbiting and underhanded blows. Let's be adults about the situation. Let's get back on board to what the meeting is about. You guys want to fight and throw sucker punches? Throw it after the meeting. Let's get on with the business.
Yeah, I think that the issue, and I think I stated it, and I'll say it again. I think that the issue is we are all elected officials. I feel like when we look over the $30,000 budget that was allotted for the budget, all of these items on here are always the items that you threw as mayor. So I don't understand why, when it's time for us to host an event, why there's always an issue accessing the money that you use freely without the board approval all the time. And when I look on our warrant list, I see that you have from the miscellaneous line item 01-12-598. I see a DJ gas giveaway for $150. It's those type of things. I mean, you use this DJ, you have it on the warrant list for you to pay out the DJ, but then when there's time for us to pay for a DJ for an event that we have, then there's an issue. That's something that I don't understand. And I also, every elected official that stayed down there, every elected official there, village paid for their room stays. So it's not like we're asking for a request that is out of the ordinary. Every other elected official did not have a problem. They've already been reimbursed and their room has already been paid for. So I just feel like, again, Mayor, I think that in regards to the budget and when it's our time to spend money, I just don't think that we should have an issue, because all the time you make purchases. We've paid for a $12,000 inauguration that all charges were made by you, everything you decided upon. And we were against it, but we compromised and we paid it out of the budget. So again, I just say, moving forward, we always have a problem when we approve checks. The checks that we approve, they're never distributed by you and the administration. But the checks that we don't approve always seem to get distributed. So I think that that's just my concern. I think that we're all elected by the people. If we're taking care of village business, I don't think that there should ever be an issue. And thank you, Mayor.
May I be recognized?
Sure, go ahead.
I got a question. The comments that's being disabled, you said that they've been disabled for a reason.
I just stated the way to communicate with us is via email. The email address is communications@vodalton.org.
Well, the residents have been used to this for since we've been in COVID, and y'all didn't announce that y'all would disable the comments. That's a technical thing that the person has to be told to do that. So for the record, you should disable, at least let the residents know this meeting, we're not going to accept comments this meeting, but send your stuff into the communications email. Okay. Or to disable the comments without letting nobody know is completely wrong.
Okay. I haven't done anything wrong, for the record. I've stated this at several board meetings going forward. I stated this again in the beginning of this meeting, that send your comments, send your questions, communications@vodalton.org. Last meeting, we read questions that was emailed to us into the record, if you guys want to go back and check it. So we're going to move on. We're not going to argue.
Mayor, may I be recognized real quick?
Trustee, we want to move forward. So
I'm asking, can I be recognized, Mayor? I have a question.
No, not right now. We want to move forward with the corporate bills. So let's go.
So you're not going to answer my question, Mayor?
No. We're going to move forward to the next thing, which is corporate bills. Trustee House, you have the floor.
Well, Mayor, I think if the board wants to ask a question, I would prefer that we ask it. So I would rather either we suspend the rules so that they can ask the question. I would prefer that Trustee
you guys will have to suspend the rules. We're not going to argue and debate every board meeting.
Well,
we're here to take care of business. Wait 1 minute, Trustee. We're here to take care of business, and that's what we're going to do. We're not going to argue over every little thing every board meeting. Other than that, we'll be at a meeting all night. So what I'm stating is, let's keep going so we can get through our agenda, which is lengthy, is what I'm saying. All we do is go back and forth. I already spoke to the question, which is, how do the board and how do residents communicate? That's through the email.
Mayor.
No, he needs to suspend or whatever y'all gonna do.
I would say, Mayor, it seems to me at this point, the back and forth, the trustee hadn't even asked the question. So it gives me the feeling that we're not allowed to ask a question or it's perceived as an argument. So just to follow your directive, I motion that we suspend the rules so that trustee Norwood can ask her question.
Okay, and then for the record to you, trustee House, and I make a statement if I'm saying that we're gonna move forward, that's my stance. Is not to go back and forth with anyone. My stance is to run the board meeting. So my stance is not to sit here and get off record, off track, to go over other things that's not related to what we're discussing, which is the agenda. But go ahead, your motion is accepted. Is there a second?
A
Second,
second.
Okay, call the roll, Clerk Key.
Mayor, I was just simply asking because I have residents contacting me and they were just wondering. So my question to you was, moving forward, are you saying to the residents that they will know the chat will continue to be discontinued and that they will no longer be able to comment, but they'll have to email the questions prior to the meeting for citizens address? Are you changing citizens address?
I already answered that, so my answer still stands for the record. Whatever I just said previously still
Okay.
good answer.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. I just want the residents
No
to know.
problem.
Thank you. I
I
appreciate it.
already answered that. Any other
Okay.
questions? Any other questions? All right, let's go back to the board meeting.
no, sir, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Okay, so next,
We're still in
oh,
suspension
you
of the rules.
got one more? Go ahead.
Yes,
What you
yes.
got?
It's not about what I got. You can't just steamroll everything, man. You can't do that. You got to be respectful of what we're saying. You realize in COVID, we've been on Zoom for the last year or 2 years. Then when you got one, you don't take answers. You don't answer no question that's in his address. Remember, people text me and say, I sent my question and still haven't get an answer. And then now you disable the comments, no announcement. And then, okay, so I'm disabling, that's what we're going to do. You got to communicate better with the board and with the residents. It's the wrong way to do it. You just can't steamroll whatever. You just can't bully your way through this stuff. You still have a board that you got to communicate. The way you're doing it is all wrong. It's all wrong. So I understand you're going to disable the comments, but you never announced that. Nobody knows that. And they've been used to the comments for the last year, 2 years. That's unacceptable. Unacceptable.
Okay. For the record, again, for the 18th time, my comment still stands. Go to communication, not going to hold up a meeting to go back and forth over things that we're not doing. I've called all of y'all. So stop with the grandstanding. So let's go back to the business of the agenda, which that's what we're here to do, which is the corporate business.
Can I
Everybody
be
made a
recognized?
statement for the record. Statement noted.
Can I be recognized?
You can make your statement. Go ahead, trustee.
Is the attorney on here? Because I want to ask, is this legal for Open Meetings Act that the citizens don't have a voice? So I just want the attorney to speak.
Okay, the citizens do have a voice, so y'all can stop saying that. They just-
Okay, I just asked for the attorney, Mayor.
Okay, you have your own attorney, so.
I don't care which attorney answer. I just want the attorney, any attorney on there. They all municipal law to answer the question.
Okay. Any attorney? Okay, next, anybody else have a question? Any other questions?
The attorney is about to speak.
Oh, you responded? Okay, go ahead.
Trustee, I'm not going to give a legal opinion to the board in public. I will give a confidential legal opinion analyzing the Open Meetings Act and answering your question.
Okay, thank you so much. I made a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Yep, I second it.
And you are really disrespectful, trustee Belcher, just so you know. So you have to grow up, please. So with that being said, if you guys would like to adjourn the meeting, by all means, go right ahead. That means that a lot of important things that we truly need will not get accomplished because you guys want to adjourn the meeting. So was there a motion, Clerk Key, so we can move forward?
So was this motion by Belcher and second by Norwood?
I'm asking you, I don't know, I'm not the
No,
record.
I'm asking them.
Is our attorney on?
Yes, there was a motion by Belcher and a second by Norwood to
Okay.
adjourn this meeting.
Okay, so let me do the roll call.
Please, thank you so much.
Trustee Steve,
No, I don't want to adjourn this meeting.
Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Belcher, Trustee Holmes,
No.
Trustee Brown,
Aye.
Trustee House.
I had a question before this one. Do we have a date that we were going to adjourn it to? I think we should adjourn it until Thursday or somewhere because we do want to make sure the bills get paid. But I'm in favor. I believe the residents should have a voice. Was there a date proposed for the
They already sent out a special meeting for Wednesday, so we can have it at the special meeting. I don't care. But at this point, since legal counsel cannot provide us the answers we need, I think that we need to have conversations with attorneys.
So, Trustee House, I'm asking that you do not adjourn the meeting so we can get through this and vote on the bills and all the other things that you guys said you agreed to, and we can move forward. As it relates to communications with the board and with residents, we do talk to them through email. Last meeting, we had this conversation. Last meeting, I stated the same thing I'm stating now, which is go to communications@vodalton.org. People sent the emails in. We read them into record. So what's any different from today's meeting? It's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
Not to have a meeting, it doesn't make sense.
Is there a plan? And I would say this, I think maybe this has gone kind of difficult. I'm waiting for in-person meetings. I think that would alleviate a lot of this.
Well, we're working on that. I'm working on that currently as well, because we're remodeling Village Hall. So that is coming too.
Trustee,
this is not the same thing. They have never disabled comments in the last 2 years.
The last meeting is done. Let's see, the last meeting, I did this same setup. The last meeting, go back and look at it. They sent it through email. I'm not making that up. So now when we get here, how's any different? I just did it the last meeting. And like I said, if everyone's paying attention or had any comments or questions, all y'all could call me. I say that every meeting. No one calls me. Then we get here and we grandstand. And then we don't want to take care of the business for the people. That's not right.
Mayor, we work for the people, Mayor. We work for the people. And all I'm saying is we should be able to let them
they
speak,
can't go on
Mayor. Let them have a voice.
Back and forth and argue and bicker.
It's just letting them have a voice, Mayor.
Not to put on the
Just letting them have a voice, Mayor. That's all. Just letting them have a voice.
They have a voice. They have a voice. No one took their voice away. The way they communicate now is through email instead of going back and forth on a chat. So how did I not give them a voice?
I wish you would have communicated that with us, Mayor.
Hold on. And if you look at the last meeting, I read the same thing I'm stating to you right now in the record. And we read the questions in the record.
Mayor, this is the first time I've ever heard the chat.
This is not the first time.
Okay, on this one, I do want to get the legal opinion on Open Meetings Act prior to proceeding. I do have some concerns about that. I suggest Thursday because we don't have enough time to put up the proper agenda as the rescheduled date, and that would allow for the attorney to give the legal opinion. So that way, hopefully, we can move forward. My vote is aye on adjourning until Thursday.
Okay, Clerk Key, what's on my plate? Okay, we'll probably have to do Friday. You want to do Friday?
I'm okay with Friday as well.
Okay, set it for Friday.
I'm available Friday.
Okay, so how many votes is that, Clerk Key? All right. Every one of you wants to exit, you can. I'm still going to give my mayor's report. Residents can hear from their mayor on what I've been up to. So if anybody want to exit, y'all can exit now. Thank you. So from the mayor, you guys, we had an awesome week.
The family of a woman shot and killed by Dalton police speaks out as video of that deadly encounter is made public.
The 19-year-old was killed just over a week ago.
Tia Ewing is live in Studio 32 with more. Tia?
Well, the family of Alexis Wilson, they questioned why all of the video was not released by police, and they claim she was shot 7 times at close range.
There's a person outside with a gun, and they're knocking on the caller's window.
Workers inside Baba's famous Steak and Lemonade in Dalton on Sibley Boulevard called for police on July 27th. At one point, the male passenger gets out. In this angle of the video released by Dalton police, you see 19-year-old Alexis Wilson hitting the drive-through window with an object that police say was not a gun.
Yeah, they're here. Okay. I see you guys. Go get that.
The male passenger complies with Dalton police. Wilson pleads with the officers.
What's going on? I'll tell you in a minute. I'll make you. Cover yourself up with that rope or something.
Body camera video from the passenger side shows what happens next. Wilson's family insists the 19-year-old was punched in the face by the officer.
It can be assumed that it's a punch, but I can't assume that it is, and I can't assume that it isn't.
Wilson's family questions why only portions of the video was released.
We don't have the power to pull body cam. We don't have the power to edit things. This is not a movie. You don't have the right to edit things to make it the narrative you want it to be.
The officer on the passenger side held onto the van as it crashed into this bike store. He's still in the hospital.
Our condolences go out to the family, obviously. And like I said to you earlier, that's absolutely something that no one wants. We didn't want it, and I know they didn't want this either.
A loaded handgun with an extended clip was recovered. Police don't know who that belongs to. Illinois State Police are continuing their investigation.
So let me go to something that hit our community right when I got in office. And don't get me wrong, I've been beat up for this left to right. I hired an individual that was supposed to lead me, direct me, and tell me which route to take. They tell you what to say. They write stuff for you. They do all of that. And I'm sad to say that they misled me. And it got me in hot water with residents, public opinion. And it hurts because I trusted that person. 1 second. 1 minute. Okay, I had to pull that one together. Whew. My heart, thoughts, and prayers go out to the family and loved one of Alexis Wilson. I understand your continued frustrations. I ask for your patience and understanding, as this is still a police matter. And it is currently under investigation. Once the investigation is complete, we will notify the family and the public of the findings. To protect the integrity of the investigation, that is all I could say about that at this time. I thank you in advance for your understanding. Give me a minute. Okay. Try to put it together for y'all. That was a tough one for me because I too am a single parent with a daughter. So it hurts to even talk about it. But I just wanted to say that. Leave it alone. So I'm trying to clear it up so I can finish. We at the end. I have back to school. Give me a minute. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. I'm trying to get it together. I thank you for your patience.
Okay, so my sister actually used my middle name because she was afraid that you wouldn't let me speak. I'm Cara Wilson. I'm the mother of Alexis Wilson, killed by Dalton, Illinois police. At the time that my daughter was killed, Tiffany stood in front of a microphone much like this and said that she stood with the cops and they did do the right thing by killing my 19-year-old child. Not only did she not take those words back, she didn't offer her condolences. She's never said anything. The first thing she did was hire this group of security guards to surround her and PR. So the real reason Tiffany has security is hiding from accountability about what she said about Alexis Wilson when she was killed. Now, if you watch the coverage of this murder, these officers violated her rights, reached in her car, jumped in her car, and put 7 bullets in my child, 2 in her head and 5 down her side. And the next day you guys tried to spin it like she did something. Watch the video. She did nothing to deserve this. And again, last time they brought up Alexis, she's doing what she does now. Look this way, look that way, every way, but at the person talking. You don't give a damn, and you never did, and you never acted like it. She called out a whole press conference to call my daughter a criminal, an Homewood Flossmoor graduate with no criminal record. But Tiffany, you have one, because we used your mugshot to protest in front of your house, and that's why you hid. That's why you have security.
Justice for Lexi! Justice for Lexi! Y'all make some noise for yourselves being out here. We ain't going nowhere. Appreciate y'all.